All right, Academy. We're now having a really fun session coming up. It's Roasted. Who of you has seen Roasted before? Raise your hand. All right, then you know what's going to expect you. Roasted means we roast startups, period. But it also means you as an audience are here to make your voice heard. So you have two possibilities. A, you make some noise if you like something. B, you make some voice if you don't like something. Or you can use these things. So if you think something is awesome, it's epic. You have it here on your seats, right? These things. If you think like this is weird, can this be the future? Really, you pull out the blue, all right? It's additional to the noise that you guys can make. Here's one if anyone wants to have it. Oh, sorry. And what we also have is we have Slido.com for our Roastometer. You can join with hashtag Pioneers16 or use the app, the Pioneers app. Click on the Interact button, select Academy, and then you will have a poll. This is the Roastometer. So if you think the grill masters should roast the startups harder, then you vote for turn on the heat and roast them harder. You can say tease them a little bit more, you can go slow down, this pitch is actually cool. Or if you think the roasters are getting roasted by the startups, it's grill masters, you are the ones getting roasted. And you can change your vote all the time, it's real time, we show how it's happening. Good, so are you guys ready for Roasted? Hey, does that sound ready? No, they're shaking their head. No. So, are you guys ready for Roasted? Better. Okay. Great. All right, that sounds ready. So I will announce our Roast Masters. We had a change in the plan because one didn't show up. So originally, Jason Ball from Qualcomm Ventures was planned. Jason, are you in the room? Okay, no. So if Jason shows up, we have another seat for him. But meanwhile, we have someone else, basically someone who I'd love to have back on the stage again. Sean Seton Rogers, he was yesterday the moderator of the Investors Feud. He's a partner with ProFounders Capital. He'll be on stage. Together with him will be Reshma Sohoni, who is the founding partner of Seedcamp. And last but not least, Alex Kayyal, who is the Europe head of Salesforce Ventures. So please make some noise for Reshma, Alex, and Sean.
Who you know fresher than whole? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lurking, yeah. Can none of y'all mirror me back? Yeah, hear me rap, it's like Han G rapping his prime. I'm young H.O., raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe, now break bread. I'm in Boeing Jets, Global Express.
I'm glad I didn't wear a skirt. Oh, sorry.
Is the mics up?
Is that loud?
Hello?
Mics, hello? Test?
Not yet.
Mics up, can you talk?
I just think I did.
Yeah? All right, great. So you three know what it's all about, right?
We do.
Sean, thank you very much for stepping in. On short
pleasure.
term. I love the jacket, by the way.
I'm never
yeah, that's just an applause. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Definitely deserves a round of applause.
Jason, if you're in the house, we're not excluding you. You're still invited. We just couldn't find you. I really apologize. Maybe we screwed up. But thanks, Sean. So you know what it's about, right? You know this is called Roasted.
Yep.
It's not called, like being nice.
Fun time.
All right, great. Good. Are you guys ready? Yes. The startups ready? Well, they're shaking, so yes. So let's start with the first startup that is from Barcelona, if I'm not mistaken, and it's called Watley. So please welcome on stage the pitcher, Suhan.
On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But were you young, what you expect? Yep. Grand opening, grand closing. Damn your manhole, crack the can open again. Who you going for?
Hi. We like to think that we live in a world of abundance. The truth is that 1 billion people do not have access to clean water. 2 billion people do not have access to electricity. And 5 billion people do not have access to internet connectivity. Why are people living in this situation when we have 70% of the planet Earth covered by water and a free and unlimited source of energy? What would you say if I told you that there's a machine that with the input of polluted water and solar energy, it can give the 3 pillars of modern civilization: clean water, electricity, and internet connectivity? Ladies and gents, I'm glad to introduce you Watley. It is the biggest solar machine in the world. It can provide these services to 3,000 people. It is transported in 4 trucks and assembled in a few days. It purifies water from any source of contamination. It also desalinates ocean water without the need of filters or membrane. It uses vapor compression distillation. It is a well-known technology. It also generates electricity from photovoltaic panels, another well-known technology, in order to recharge external devices. World is also connected to the internet by 4G, satellite, and radio link to the nearest city or to another unit of Worldly in order to create a network. We've built fully functional prototypes. We have tested them and certified them. Our clients are big corporations, NGOs, hospitals, and the military itself. They can either buy units of Worldly, or we can keep the ownership and sell our services to the final user. We also manage big data. We're winning a huge momentum in media. Discovery Channel is going to release a series about Worldly in the next few months. We've won different awards and grants, most importantly, European Pioneers and Horizon 2020 program from the European Commission. And we are on the radar of some big corporations. Behind the project, there's a talented team, multidisciplinary and international. And in the next months, we're going to finish our first unit, and we're going to exhibit to the world. We believe we're going to change the life of billions of people. Thank you. Lobster time.
I guess I'll start us off.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, I mean, come on, work on something meaningful. This is bullshit. I mean, I only invest in photo apps. I mean, okay? So.
No, but I mean, the bullshit radar is going off the charts right now, because how do you prove this really works?
As I told you, we have true prototypes, and they're certified and tested.
Certified by who?
By Philips, for example.
Damn it.
And the picture you saw was in Ghana, in West Africa, Aventa Village. We went with Discovery Channel, and that's why they're going to release the series about us. They bring experts, and they analyze the full machine. We have water quality tests, and so on.
So my BS meter also went off because you said we manage big data. And I feel like every company now has to say that in a pitch. So what does that even mean to you? And can you talk a little bit more about that?
It means that we're putting this machine in the middle of nowhere. It's totally autonomous. It has plenty amount of sensors, for example, light sensors and
Is that really big
humidity.
data?
When you gather all this together, because this machine also interacts with people, it's going to know who is interacting. You start getting all this big data, which just means data you can analyze and then you can use for something.
But is that big data? It's not big data to me. I don't know. I guess it is.
Is it big data when we have, for example, thousands of these machines, you know, so many people.
So Marcus,
But
one thing you didn't talk about at all is cost, right? So it's easy to create a machine that does everything, that creates electricity that's 8 times the price of kerosene oil or whatever they use to heat or produce light right now.
Yeah.
What kind of cost can you produce electricity for?
So the electricity, as I said, it's only to recharge external devices. It's not to power houses, because we use electricity to.
So you're going to charge their mobile phones that they don't have, actually.
They actually have. When we went there, we were amazed because they're drinking polluted water.
But you also told me 5 billion people aren't connected, right? There's only 6 billion people in the world, and now you're telling me they do have mobile phones out in the middle of nowhere. So once again, like, I don't get it.
They don't have the connection. That's the problem. So we want, for
It's not a very good phone to have, then, is it?
They
right
have
now?
all type of phones, even smartphones. But the problem is
Wait, they do or they don't?
they don't have the
We're reaching
infrastructure, and that's why we're placing this machine in order. For example, you know that Facebook, Google, they're investing so much in order
Drones,
to connect
yeah.
everyone, right? Why are they doing that? Why are they doing a huge airplane? Because they lack the infrastructure. It's not secure for them. They say, I put here an antenna, it's not secure. So when they know and they see Watley, the story is going to change.
I mean, that looks like a pretty big square footage space, right? Land rights are a huge problem in these areas, and there's a lot of kind of fighting going on and disputes and so forth. How do you kind of get rights to that much area and protect it from getting vandalized?
So the nice thing is that when you have the government at your side, suddenly things got easier, right?
Not really.
I think so.
Really? How many governments are really?
We got a lot of interest from, for example, Arabia Saudi, Abu Dhabi, and they're already...
Those people already have internet access and water.
And
Those
they're
people
not
don't
stable
need,
They're really interested in our...
They're not stable governments.
And they have deep pockets.
They're not stable governments out there. So in the areas you're going after, those are not stable governments. There's constant, different kinds of civil wars going on. So it's...
No, but obviously we're going to go to a place that there's sand, there's social stability. We're going to work with an NGO, for example, on the ground. If we're going for Africa,
But doesn't that constrict your market in a big way?
No.
You said 3,000 people in your pitch.
Yep.
That's your market size?
For example, let's say...
Is that really a big...
If, for example, let me put you an example. You're going to say, a bus is to transport people in Vienna. Is a bus going to transport all the people in Vienna?
That's not my question.
It's a network. Wait, I'm getting there.
Okay.
What we're building is it's a network of machines that is going to provide these services to afterwards.
What does it cost? What is that big device that I saw cost?
Can I just make one suggestion? Because Grillmasters, you see it here, actually half the audience thinks you are getting roasted.
We are.
So you have to do a great job. Let's pull up these things. If you think this is epic, show the epic side, please. If you think, what the fuck, that should be the future, no fucking way, show the blue side. Raise it up, show some love, show some love. All right, so
no, but hey,
lots of epic...
John, he hasn't spoken about price.
Yeah.
It costs $1 billion to do it. There's no fucking way it's going to happen. So what does this machine cost?
How much does it cost?
So this machine costs, we will sell it for 1 million euros.
Okay,
and you're gonna say,
that's all
wow,
then.
That's a lot.
Okay, do you still think it's epic? Or is it like, what the fuck? €1 million? Really?
So let me summarize your pitch. You're going to sell a product that costs $1 million into some of the poorest regions in the world in unstable government areas where the product will be vandalized pretty much every day. That sounds like a winner. Let me back that.
Okay, we get home.
Ouch.
So when you get home and you open your tap water and you get fresh water, have you stopped and thought, who's paid for the huge infrastructure that is behind that?
Yeah,
I pay for my taxes. Yeah,
my
exactly.
taxes.
Actual billions.
Because I pay taxes.
Wait,
unlike some
there's
other
the energy
countries.
power used to provide that clean water, all the sources, and then you think, well, it's not a cost at all, one of these machines, that it's autonomous, and it can provide this service straight away. And that bottled water you're about to drink, actually the expenses are in the material, in the marketing, in all the business behind.
But if you really want to provide water, to people, take your $1 million, give it to Charity Water. They'll go and build 100,000 wells and provide clean water to far more millions of people.
I was on the arena the other day when Manoch was talking, this billionaire, I'm sure you've heard. And he was talking, well, I don't think NGOs are the solution so much. And we believe the same. We think we need a strong business in order to help more people. Because wells get contaminated 6 months after. But the picture of the people, of the happy people, is done. And no one knows how.
Yeah, but machines get vandalized as well. And upkeep. What is the upkeep? $1 million. What's the upkeep?
Remotely controlled, and it can last for 15 years. And so these poor solutions are wells, are
my phone doesn't last for 5 minutes. Never mind your device remotely.
What about maintenance alone in that? It's got to be more than any ROI.
Seems like we're out of time.
We're done here.
I'm really sorry. I know you really enjoyed this, but give it up for this one. Thank you.
Who you know fresher than whole? Riddle me that. The rest of y'all know where I'm lurking, yeah? Can none of y'all mirror me back? Yeah, hear me rap, it's like Han G rapping his prime. I'm young H.O., raps Grateful Dead. Back to take over the globe. Now
all right. So good start. Are you getting warmed up?
Took us a moment. Reshma finally got us really going.
To be frank with you, in my opinion, you can turn on the heat. It's still fine, right?
Yeah.
Can they turn on the heat? Yeah? And the next startup is going to be really happy that I just said that. From, if I'm not mistaken, Copenhagen. The startup is called Smart Girls. I'm not sure if I have it written right.
I'm already worried.
All right. So please welcome on stage, Charmy.
Out the country, but the blueberries still connect. On the low, but the yacht got a triple deck. But when you young, what you expect? Yep. Grand opening, grand closing. Crack the can open again. Who you gonna find open a him with no pen? Just draw inspiration. Who you gonna see you can't replace him with cheap imitations of these generations? Hardcore, do you want more? Cook and roll with the Brooklyn balls. So for one last time, I need y'all to roll. Yeah. Now what the hell are you waiting for?
All right, he's part of the inventory?
Yes.
Okay, okay, he can stay, he can stay.
Hi, my name's Sharmi. I'm the co-founder of Smart Girls. It's called Girls. Nice to meet you. We're launching the world's first mini drone for girls. I don't know if you know this, but this year during Christmas, 1 million drones were sold, pretty much all to boys. And I thought to myself, all right, there's an opportunity here. There's also an opportunity in the problem that we have today, which is there's a huge gender gap in tech education and society. We have way too many women, few women in STEM, in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. What can we do to inspire them? And you've got to start young. We've got to start getting them at 5 years old, start thinking about their futures, giving them other dreams, giving them other inspiration. So this is why I created Smart Girls. It was my vision. What could we do? How could we make something that would be special, that would be different, that would encourage and inspire girls? And the idea is really that many toy companies today, when they try to make something that usually is for boys and they make it for girls, they paint it pink and they say, voila, here you go, it's for a girl. So yes, we use pink, but we also use yellow and lots of other bright colors, but the idea is really story-based. Girls like to learn via stories. They love to read, they love adventures, and so our little characters, we have 4 dolls. They represent different kinds of educations, science, technology, engineering. We actually have a computer hacker doll as well. And these girls, they drive Segways, they drive scooters, they also have self-balancing seg boards. And so it's kind of fun to play with them, but I think the most important part is that you learn coding. So we have our own platform, it's called Sugar Coded, and you basically use the stories that you read. We have books as well. Each doll and vehicle comes with a book, and then you basically solve missions. So, for example, Maria, she's asked to navigate the streets of New York. So again, it has a purpose. She's driving somewhere, she needs to pick something up. Running out of time. So here you can just briefly see that, for example, we also teach map reading, so you'll see a map of New York City. She'll have to apply the code, to solve it, and then you solve it. He's using one of our smartphones, but we can use we have tablets as well, so we have a tablet version and we have a smartphone. It has a live stream camera, so you can actually drive through the house and see what your mom's making for lunch. We have some fantastic interest. We're actually 300 B2B customers have put in their card, and I'm negotiating with Carrefour right now. Harrods and Hamleys of London is one of our customers. This Christmas is when this product comes out. So you'll see it in Hamleys, Harrods, Katavi, Hamleys Copenhagen, and yeah, I'm running out of time here. But just to say,
already.
Yeah,
out of time.
The revenue streams are product sales, licensing, and subscriptions. So.
Okay. Should we just?
Yeah. Reshma.
Yeah, I got that.
Lead us off. I know what you're going to say. Lead us off.
Do you want to get a quick assessment of how things are?
Sure.
So who thinks it's epic? And who thinks what the fuck, that's the future?
Yeah, see?
Are all the Reds your friends?
So,
okay.
So I feel like you set back the woman movement at least 2 decades. And I'd love to understand.
Okay. Why is that?
I'd love to understand why you chose a skinny little Barbie-esque doll.
Wearing very high heels.
Wearing very high heels. And built a product so kind of, supposedly girl-driven, but it's girls from 1955. So why not have a more generic product boys and girls, brothers and sisters can use together? And your examples around looking at mom cooking at home, it's not always mom cooking at home either. I don't understand why you're.
And I'll add one thing to what Reshma just said. You started with a very noble goal, and then you just lost me when I saw the doll.
Yeah.
So
why would you pick this? Why?
Why would I pick this? Because, I mean, first of all, I love dolls. I played with dolls my whole life, and so have my daughters. And there's a whole, like, it's a $4 billion business, the whole doll business. And you're right, nothing has changed since 1950 in the doll business. And we actually have other dolls of different sizes and different colors, and I have a couple in my box here, so I can show you. They're wearing jeans and sneakers, and she happens to be going out on town, so she is wearing high heels, which I don't think is a problem, because I wear them too. So I don't think there's anything wrong with being fashionable and smart at the same time. And thank you. I mean, I love fashion, but just because you love fashion doesn't mean that you don't love science or technology or computer science. You can have it all, ladies. So, you know, for me, it's about like sort of saying, hey, because, you know, the fact is, if I made them all generic looking and everything, I mean, we wouldn't sell them. I mean,
can I give you some thoughts on the way you pitch, right? So it was very cool. The little doll came out and rolled around. But then for the next 3 minutes that you had, everyone kept staring at this doll moving back and forth across stage, and no one listened to a fucking thing you said when you were there. So next time, put the doll out, have it veer off the stage, and then talk. Because I actually have no idea what the business is, how much it costs. I don't even know if you said. I just kept thinking, if I kick this thing, will it fall over? And so I think you've got to just be really sensitive to that.
Well, it's always difficult. People want to see live demo, and you know, luckily I found this fella in the hallway, and I said, hey, I gave him a 10-second.
That's right. We'll blame him.
Yeah, exactly. No, but I mean, I think it's a fantastic product. It's really fun to play with. I mean, as you said,
what does this cost?
It's $99.
I know. And why do you call it a drone, by the way? I always thought drones fly. I kept waiting for. Actually, the other thing I kept staring at it. I was waiting for it to start flying because I was like, they said it's a drone.
Well. Technically, because it has a live stream camera and you can drive it to do reconnaissance, you can have driving drones, flying drones, and swimming drones. So
but it's basically a radio-controlled doll, basically.
It's not a drone. It's actually app-controlled.
Yeah, but it's like RC. It's like a little car. I used to have them.
Well, but we have the whole coding program behind it, which I think, you know, and it's learning-based. We also have...
I don't get that. How do you connect? So you want to teach girls how to code, and this is how you do it?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who doesn't get that? Yeah. Like, teaching girls how to code is not getting them on a scooter.
Well, you use your mini drone as a way to, I mean, we have little missions where she's supposed to, for example, drive around the room or make a square on the floor, and then you use our coding platform to do that. It's Scratch. I mean, 1 million kids are using Scratch today. We are based on Scratch. It was created by MIT. It's a great program, but it's not connected to physical products. This is Internet of Things.
Oh, another buzzword. I always love those. Yeah, great.
Big data.
Drones, IoT. It's IoT drone. I thought it's a radio-controlled doll. I guess I was completely wrong.
Yeah, well.
So what is your, how do you make money? Is this, what does it cost you for the device?
It costs us about $23 to make.
So if your mission is really to empower young girls, learn how to code, why are you selling it for so much then? Because $99 is quite expensive. Why not drop the price to $50? And you make it far more affordable for people.
Because it's actually not us, it's the distribution channels. So like the shops have to make money, and they have to, we have to put money aside for advertising.
That's old-fashioned. You go on Kickstarter, you get 20,000 pre-orders, then you sell direct to consumers online.
Yeah, but I mean, are any 6-year-old girls on Kickstarter? No. I mean, we didn't.
No, but their moms, their aunts, their uncles, their fathers, everyone else is.
Not on Kickstarter. They're not.
Absolutely, they are.
We avoided crowdfunding for a reason, because it's very male-dominated.
After cooking, mommy goes online, and mommy goes on.
No, she doesn't.
No, really?
Yeah, because I've talked to several marketing agencies who wouldn't even touch me. They were like, "Look, you have a great product, but don't do crowdfunding. We won't even help you." And we looked at the statistics, and it just wasn't mothers who have children or fathers.
But that's interesting. That should tell you something, because basically,
not on Kickstarter.
Are you still controlling it, or is it just moving on its own?
It moves on itself as well. Yeah. It actually has autonomous.
By the way, this is my fear a little bit, is that you basically said mommy doesn't go on Kickstarter, but I'm like, but okay, daddy does go. I mean, you said it's all men, so I go on Kickstarter, and actually, I almost wouldn't buy this because I feel it's like so blatantly sexist for my daughter that I actually would just basically, I've got little apps, I learn how to code on that, and my boy uses the exact same one as my girl. So I just worry that it's kind of the right attempt to the right goal, but it's the wrong solution for it.
Yeah. I mean, there's gender neutral, and we believe in gender equal, which is that, you know, if all toys become so neutral that you like lose your sense of womanhood, I think it's wrong in a way. And so, you know, it's gender equal, not gender neutral, and that's our point of view. Thank you. Gender.
By the way, just
equal.
to,
thank you.
just to, I think everyone should know the top-selling Lego of all time are the pink Lego Friends item, and they're actually incredibly popular and have got a lot more women to play with Lego. So,
Yeah, but I mean, you know, the stories in Lego Friends, do you know what they do? They go for Sundays, they're getting their hair done, they go to the beauty parlor. These girls actually have careers and study, and, you know, do like active stuff. I mean, look at Lego Friends, I'm sorry, but I mean, we're actually competing with them, and I know their stories. I mean, they're very, if you want to call it old-fashioned, that's as old-fashioned as you get.
I'm really sorry to disrupt this philosophical conversation over here,
Okay.
but we're out of time, so
Well done.
please,
Well done.
some applause here. Do your thing, and let's see what the last vote was. So after all, is it still epic, or is it like, what the fuck, that's the future? All right, okay. So you got some. Thank you very much. Give it up for Sharmi. Thank you.
Make some noise.
Give it up for Barbie.
What the hell are you waiting for? Look what you made me do. Look what I made for you. Knew if I paid my...
It's good. Good fun.
Okay, mixed opinions. Fair enough.
Are we getting better, John? Are we
Probably.
getting better? Should we be tougher on them? What do you think?
Should they be tougher?
That was pretty hard.
Yeah?
I thought.
Well, some already have some
I think they're
sympathy
liking it.
for. Yeah, okay, I think it's good. All right, so let's see what the next startup brings. If I'm not mistaken, the picture is from Jerusalem. The startup is called Fugu Luggage. Please welcome on stage, Daniel.
Game they try to play you. Then you drop a couple of hits, look how they wait to you. From Marcy to Madison Square, to the only thing that matters is just a matter of years. As fate would have it, J status appears to be at an all-time high. Perfect time to say goodbye. When I come back like Jordan, we're in the 4-5. It ain't the play.
So, now that we've seen a way to give people water and internet and toys, I'd like to talk to you about something which we all have in common coming here to Pioneers. Every one of us traveled, including you.
Hey, buddy. Sorry I'm late.
No worries. Hi.
Come sit.
They're waiting for you. So I got to pause on the timer here?
I'll stand. Oh.
Don't worry, we'll give you extra.
We'll give you
Only extra seconds? I'll wait. Tell like funny jokes. Or I got a magic trick. Switching your fingers, great with kids. All right, we restarting here?
restart.
Sorry about that.
Hangovers are bad, hey?
We're supposed to be able to
awards.
Okay, Jason, welcome to the stage.
Sorry, Maya. Thanks for inviting me.
Probably name you. If I owe you, I'm blowing you the smithereens. Sucker, take one for your team, and I need you to remember one thing.
All right. So, thank you. Good to have you back.
Happy to be here. I literally just got off the plane.
Okay, so we were actually speculating, was it a rough night? And, you know, we never know. I'm just kidding.
In my defense, I picked up 3 awards for us last night, so I
This is true.
had to
Congratulations.
Congratulations. All right.
Yeah,
Thanks.
that's yeah.
So, good to have you here right from the airput. We appreciate the speed you probably had to drive to come here. You ready?
Let's do it.
You know it's roasted?
Let's do
No
it.
explanations? All right, so you get another start. Is that fine? Yeah. All right. Start again.
When Jason thought about coming here to roast it, he had one question. What suitcase should I take with me? The small check-in suitcase that I can't...
Actually,
And that's an issue because he thought, hey, I'm going to win at least 3 awards. So I have to take the big suitcase, but I'm such a smart packer that I'm going to have it with like my 2.5 awesome outfits, and it's going to like bang around, and I'm going to have to pay the extra check-in rate because I got a last-minute flight. So what am I going to do? And that's why he came right now to see Fugu Luggage, which is the suitcase which changes its size from a check-in to a carry-on, changing the way we travel and look at travel. Right? Yeah, clap now. So, when we thought of Fugu, we basically rethought of what are the things that people would want different if we were remaking the suitcase. This has been pretty much the same shape for the past, 30, 40 years. So one of them is some suitcases are very long and rectangular and hard to move around instead of more taller and more square. Why not use the airspace, for example? Or why shouldn't they be the size of a table? We work our laptops on them anyway. So Fugu was built and shaped and designed to do those things and give us the flexibility to move between locations. Another cool feature we have is built-in shelves, which we think would make sense for a suitcase to keep our items from knocking around. And they're removable. You can move them into the closet and back into the suitcase, which can inflate or deflate in under 2 minutes. Now, when we look at the mechanics inside, the walls are inflatable with air with a special pump that we built, and also made of drop stitch technology, for those of you who aren't in that type of manufacturing. It basically has fiber inside that makes it strong enough that a person can sit on the suitcase when it's empty and it can completely support their weight. So stronger than suitcases that we have today. Also, our design comes in plastic or fabric, which looks pretty much like a regular suitcase, and doubles or triples in size from 40 liters to 120 liters. Of course, this is not the first space we're presenting. We put it up on Kickstarter. We got close to $500,000. People were very enthusiastic about the idea. In general, I would say that for people, who travel, whether last minute or otherwise, I think for many of us, when we think about going to the airport, it's frustration. Long lines when our suitcase is almost empty. Extra costs when we try with budget airlines. For many of us in the startup world who came here and had many of these considerations, we think Fugu is a way to overcome it. It's also not the only product that we're looking at. We're thinking about a laptop case that when you deflate it, you can roll up into the size of a rolled up newspaper. But those are products for the future. This is Fugu Luggage. I'm Daniel, and let's get roasted.
Get up, Daniel. So it is actually like, a special thing if someone is looking forward to get roasted on stage here. If you
I don't have a choice.
All right. If you think that Fugu Luggage is epic and awesome, show us this side. If you think, really, are you serious about this? Okay, there are lots of epics out there. All right. Pretty good. So, Grill Masters, your time. And, just as a hint, what they want you to do.
So for starters, I guess naming is not your strong point.
Yeah.
Fugu?
Well, Fugu is a Japanese puffer fish that increases its size.
You're not helping the situation at all.
All right.
And it's a fish that will kill you.
Yeah, it's a poisonous fish.
Unless it's prepared exactly right. People pay a lot of money to eat Fugu.
So you've got an air pump in there.
Yes.
So I've got to carry that with me too. So I mean,
it
yet
weighs
another thing.
Practically nothing.
So I could lose it easily as well.
No, it's built into the suitcase.
Okay.
It's very low weight.
But I have to plug in my suitcase then.
We also have a built-in battery which can charge your phone with a USB port. But yes, you can also plug it in.
So
actually, I got so lost in the chai changing, I forgot to say that we have GPS and GSM built in. If you lose your suitcase anywhere in the world, a built-in luggage scale and a battery that you can charge your phone.
So I got it. It's maybe this is.
Do you have one that actually looks nice, though?
Yeah, there you go.
If you can show them the last slide in the slide.
Can we have the slides back, please?
It's Fugu.
I guess
so far it looks like it's designed for Mr. Bean.
That's not pretty?
No, that's fugly.
My dad would probably use that. He's an awesome guy.
Actually, I got to tell you,
awesome guys will buy it.
Everything about it is giving me like hipster nightmares, because even the photos that you use, it's like the guy with that stupid fucking hipster hat on his head and like walking around in skinny jeans in East London going, have you seen my luggage? It goes up and down, up and down. And it's like a solution searching for a problem that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like, I guess, I'm trying to think, I travel 30 times a year, and never once if I go, oh, I need to be able to take a big suitcase back and a small suitcase there. I just worry, like,
to answer what they're saying, if the only thing they're hitting me on is my design, that means it's a pretty good product.
No,
right?
I'm hitting you on the fact that no one's going to want it.
What were you doing before this?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I worked in an internet marketing firm doing an app which optimized
And
sales.
so you quit your job and thought, like, I guess what I don't get is why anyone would want this, in the sense that, is this about what Sean is saying, I'm going to go shopping on this trip and magically need a bigger bag? Are you trying to combine 2 bags into one to make it cheaper for people? It's completely unclear why there's even a market for this today.
Okay, so let's pretend that the Kickstarter campaign didn't happen, or that we don't have many pre-orders on our website, or people writing in all time.
500,000 is great. Congrats.
No, I'm saying pretend it doesn't
we like to think bigger.
Do you,
can I answer his question? Or?
Do you have any experience in material science?
Okay, I guess I can't answer the question.
Or
answer his question. There we go. We'll come back to that one. Yeah, let's go.
Okay. I think the key need, and by the way, it's interesting that you all gang up on the design, because design can be fixed and worked on.
I'm not ganging up on
I'm ganging up on use case.
else.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that the suitcase in the end, I think, helps the need for many young hipster or otherwise travelers who wanted to be able to have the flexibility, not plan a 1-month trip based on the size of a suitcase or have to buy a new one. The other features, I think, tie in with that our phones die, or that, for example, we want to not have to repack in and out of the suitcase every time. So we can work on the aesthetics, but the key concept thing touches to needs that we all have as travelers.
But your whole pitch is the aesthetic.
Can I ask one quick thing? Sorry, how much does this thing cost?
Currently, it's $245.
Okay, that's pretty cheap.
Can I just, because arguably, potentially, lots of potential customers in the target group here, right?
Yeah.
Okay, who would see themselves buying this for 240 euros? Please raise your hand. 5.
No, that's not so good, dude.
7. Okay, who of those is not working for the company? Keep your hands up.
Even more people.
But wait, do you have any background in building luggage?
I'm not the designer, but the designers do. I mean, our head designer won awards with a different bag that he made.
Is a designer the same as like actual material science and understanding sort of volume and how? Is that the same thing as designer? I don't know.
Do you have a bag fetish?
Apparently.
I personally
do not, because if you did, you wouldn't have one bag. You would have like 15,000 bags.
Well, we have 2.
Which I do.
It's a startup. We're starting.
How bored are you in your life that you went out to create this?
Oh. I have a more.
You guys are getting a lot better. Seriously, they were not that good for the first 2.
Oh, come on! I was good.
I have a practical question. You said it blows up with air, and you said you could sit on it, but can it survive the luggage guys throwing it around, other bags on top? I mean, I know, one guy sitting on it is not the same as 30 bags in the hold being on top of it, or sharp things that you put in there. I imagine popping. I mean.
Okay, so to test this, we filled the suitcase with a bunch of items, clothing, things that we wrapped in it, some electronics, and we threw it off the 2nd floor of a building on the porch. And the inflatable walls and the air pressure actually kept the items more together than regular suitcases. We tried the durability tests. It passed better than most suitcases.
But does it blend?
That's an American YouTube thing. I would say that the Fugu, most of it probably would blend if I found a blender big enough. But then again, so would any other suitcase that you put into the blender.
But I thought Fugu is inflatable, so you can make it small that it fits the blender.
Yeah, exactly. So then it might be able to blend.
So here's my issue with your pitch. Your whole thing was aesthetic, and then as soon as we questioned that, you walked away from it. The whole premise of the suitcase is the design. And then as soon as 2 questions came up, you're like, well, it's actually a GPS and the charging station. Not clear what you're actually building.
I think the design is beautiful. I think that it's excellent, and I'm happy to show anyone pictures and stand behind it at any point in time. And I'm glad that you guys.
I'm going to put my money in Barbie over there.
Can we all go climb in one? That would be fun.
Do you have one here?
Do you have one?
How many girl drones can you fit inside of it?
Yeah.
Do you have one here?
Small. That's right.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, the time is up. Can we do the last test after all this knowledge of GPS, 240 euros, inflatable, 2 floors, drop-down test and stuff? Who thinks it's epic? Please keep it up. And who thinks it's like future? Really? All right, like half off.
50.
All right. Okay. Any last words? No.
Good. Plug it. What's the website?
Yeah.
FuguLuggage.com.
Nice. Nice one.
Give it up for Daniel. Thank you.
Thank you.
You want this encore? I need you to scream till your lungs are sore. Come on. Tired of being what you want.
All right.
So my learning from this is I never want to be on the board with Reshma if the company's not doing well, because she can be brutally tough. Wow.
Look at my angel list profile. Apparently, I am a bitch with a heart of gold.
That about sums it up.
When a company said that, I'm so proud.
You're so proud? Okay. It's nice words that count from people we like. So Jason, it actually seems you made it just in time for the interesting stuff.
I got up at 4:30 for this, you know.
For Fubu luggage.
Well, you didn't have a Fugu luggage with you, though.
Fugu luggage wasn't the problem.
It would have saved you time.
All right, so we have one more startup to go. It has an interest.
Oh.
Yeah. It has an interesting name called Beach Egg, and they came from Budapest. Please welcome on stage Kitty and Balázs.
Faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me, but under the pressure of walking.
So, welcome everyone. I hope you sit comfortable because I want to ask you to close your eyes. Please.
I don't do that for strangers.
All right, here you go.
So, imagine that you are laying on the beach. Some warm wind is blowing, and you feel the smell of the salty water, and you just breathe in, breathe out, and relax. And now, please open your eyes and check your packets and bags, because probably something is missing.
This is why I don't do that for strangers.
So, what happens to us when we go to the beach? We have several personal belongings with us, like sunglasses, jewelries, wallets, car keys, phones, and most of the time, we cover them with a towel. Today is the International Towel Day, so I really have to admit that I totally respect towels, but they are not okay for protecting all values for on the beach. So that's why we created a new and innovative way to keep your holiday safe and relaxed. That's why we created the beach egg. So
someone can just run away.
So it's easier to steal stuff now? Oh, look, it's a big egg. Let me take it. With straps.
So.
Awesome.
Let her pitch, let her pitch.
The thing is that if you have a beach egg with you, you can put all your belongings inside the egg.
But can I put my suitcase inside?
Not really.
Oh.
And then you can close it and arm it. And if you arm it, the multiple layers of protection kicks in. So the first layer is the physical layer that you can see. It's an aluminum alloy housing together with a stainless steel locking mechanism. And then comes the sensors, which are tracking if the egg is moved. So in this case, it sounds a high-pitched alarm to raise the attention of everyone around. And then there is an active armband, which is vibrating if someone is messing with your egg. Yeah.
Is that a different pitch, or is that still this egg?
Sorry, I think you just convinced Jason over there. I mean, like...
I hope so.
Egg proximity sensors. This is getting better. I'm waiting for the electroshock next.
So it has also a GPS together with the GSM technology, and it's sending it's sending the location, and you can track it on any connected devices. And above this, all we are in talks with a huge insurance company, so most probably all the values inside the beach egg will be covered by an insurance. So as you saw, beach egg is not about brute force, but it's giving you another sense to keep your attentions on your values while you are just away and having fun. So you can just relax and enjoy the beach. We have a team of 20 amazing people who are in Budapest, Hungary. They are engineers, designers, and we are working together in a team to invent this stuff. We will have 24 fully functional prototypes already in May. So if you are investors, resellers, journalists, bloggers, or any other kind of important...
What does it cost?
What does it cost?
What's the cost? Okay, so...
What's the price, I mean, not the cost.
And here comes the difficult, because there are two ways of usage. So there is a B2B2C solution. Then you can rent it. So you go to the beach, and together with the umbrella and everything else you rent there, you just rent it for like $5.
Yes, so
I like it. I want it.
You can rent it for the price of one beer on the beach for a day. And if you buy it for yourself, this is the other product type, it costs approximately 200 to 300 euros.
So it's the price of the Fugu luggage.
It's a normal gadget price, honestly.
A gadget price. Yeah.
All right, so there's going to be a reaction there. But before we get into that, from the audience, do you think this is epic? Or do you think, like, what, really? That's the future? Okay, there are lots of blue questions out there.
Usually
All yours.
usually I have my
it's great you can
underpaid
track it down when
nanny
it's
watching
stolen,
these.
but the criminal who doesn't know that, I mean, this is more attractive to be stolen at first. I know you
Yes.
can track them down, but I'm going to have to deal with the hassle of like loading it up, trying to find out where it is.
Yeah, but
find
it has
the
a
guy.
high-pitch alarm. So can you imagine anyone who is running away from the beach with a beeping egg?
So
Wait,
I get
how does the alarm? When does
as
the
a guy.
alarm go off?
I don't hear you.
When does the alarm go off?
Sorry?
If you pick it up and carry it, the alarm goes off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now it's
So-
not armed, I guess.
What do you?
So
What do you mean? What do you mean? Like, so if I don't
It's
get
armed. It's armed, Jason. Go.
Is it armed? Is it armed?
Run with the egg.
Can I go?
Go.
see if to
Arm it. Let's
unarm
go.
it first.
Okay, no, it's like your home alarm. So it needs like 20 seconds because you know there is a last chance for you to
Okay,
find
move it
where
over there,
the
Jason. Let's
shadow
take it down
goes
there.
Am
and where are the
I
others.
potentially going to lose a limb by taking this? I don't want to lose hands or
Jason,
legs.
run to the back of the room.
No,
Continue to ask
no, no.
There's a
questions.
sniper that's gonna.
Here we go?
Yeah, take it.
Can I go?
Yep.
See you later. Woo!
I didn't even hear that
Shit,
beep.
my stuff's been stolen.
Got a beeping egg, everybody!
Bye, Jason. Have fun.
I see you.
Where's the alarm?
I see you.
That's actually kind of calming. I could take a nap with this.
So that's the alarm.
Yeah. Now it's
It
pitching
sounds
the
like-
SOS.
it sounds
It's
like-
a
Wait,
prototype, so it will be
my
much
egg is
louder.
ringing.
Like one of those
But it's
treasure
very-
hunt.
It's like those guys that are
treasure,
looking
Can
for
I-
gold in the
the
sand.
treasure hunt.
Like, beep, 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 beep.
thingies. What do you want me to do with this?
Just hang out with the egg. I stole that for you. Happy
So
birthday.
I guess from the guy that worked. That's. Can we turn that off?
Yeah. Take it back. Take it back.
Take it back.
Okay,
How heavy is the egg, actually?
keep
Hold on.
calm, baby. It's just me.
So,
Wait, so you said it's how much?
250 euros.
or $5.
Or you can rent
so
it
this
for
is
like
my
5
favorite part of your
euros.
pitch. So let me just understand the go-to-market. So you're gonna basically have a Salesforce that goes to every single beach, which the actual beach stations are the most fragmented industry I can ever think of.
Yeah.
Every one person probably has 20 to 100 umbrellas, and you're gonna sell to each individual little beach section and say, hey, I've got, yeah.
No,
Is
not,
that the
not-
model?
not beach by beach. So we try to build up the sales system to handle, for example, part of a coast for.
Well, who's gonna? There's no aggregation of that. It's not like you're selling to a hotel chain that's got, you know.
We have lots of help from the Hungarian National Trade House.
Do they have a lot of beaches?
Excuse me?
I didn't realize.
Actually, we have a huge Sweetwater lake.
Do you? Okay.
So we have, yeah. It's just not that sandy and so.
I worry about you actually getting this in front of everyone, and I wouldn't pay 300. Would you?
Well, I mean, anyone who can afford that for 300 probably has like an underpaid nanny watching their stuff, right?
So I've got the, I read about this one of those life hacks. I've got the $3 solution that is going to be far more effective than your beach egg. What you do is you go get a nappy or a diaper, you put your wallet, your phone, and everything, and you roll it up and you leave it on your towel.
Nice.
And I guarantee you no one's going to
Nobody
steal
will.
that nappy or diaper from the end of your towel. It's 100% effective. Costs nothing. No, it's a big life hack, actually. It works really well.
Pay you $200.
You can tell Sean has kids.
Well, but whenever it's lost, then you cannot do anything. And when this one is lost, you can just show the police the exact location and also the road where it went
And listen as well.
Yeah, and also you can listen and feel on your hand.
What's your cost of build?
Sorry?
What's your cost of build?
Custom?
Cost to build.
What does it
cost
cost?
to build.
What's the margin you make?
Cost to build.
bomb,
Okay,
yeah.
what is the cost to build?
It's not meant to be a trick question. It's,
This is the first 12 series what we are working on now. So it is very hard to estimate for one. Now our engineers are working on the estimation of the price, but.
Can you get it down to like $30?
Under like 30?
30, 40, 50? No.
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 I don't think so.
And there lies your problem.
Yeah, I think. But I want it. I like it.
does it come in multiple sizes?
Can it be in pink?
Yeah, okay, so this size is for an average couple of people who are going together to the beach. So like a family or a couple of friends together, you know, most of the times they don't go to the beach alone. So that's why this is the first size we created.
But if I don't go to the beach alone, can't I just have my friend watch my stuff while I'm in the water?
What if you want to play together?
So
in the
you
water?
cannot have fun together in the water. You cannot play the ball
What? This never happens on the private islands with my private jet.
Clearly, we've run out of questions here.
Yeah, that's good because we're out of time.
Good.
So maybe last check. Who after the whole pitch thinks it's epic? Who thinks it's what really the future?
I think it's awesome.
All right, still a bit more epic ones, but otherwise. All right, so thank you very much for BJ. Give it up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Feeling so faithless, lost under the surface. Don't know what you.
All right, so that was the last session before the break. We're going to the break and ending Roasted, which was great. Thank you very much. Before we give a big applause for all of the 4, special thanks to Jason, who had to take like a speed Tesla to come here on time, and very, very special thanks to Sean, who stepped in, the last second. So please give it up for Reshma, Jason, Sean, and Alex. Thank you.